I waited until night fell. The moon was shining. It was pretty much pitch black, but luckily creepers could see well in the dark. I suppose they had night vision. Also, none of the other mobs attacked me, so it was a better idea to do this at night. I knew that there was one guy who patrolled the town at night. He circled the town every 10 minutes, so I would have about that much time to find out what's going on. As I walked down to my house, a flood of memories came to me. Like the time when Amy first moved in. Oh, I really miss her. I hope she's okay. I realize I can no longer be with her now, since I'm a monster. I just need to see her face one more time. I got to the house, looking around me, making sure no one was there. I saw Tom and Amy in our house. I wonder why Tom is there. Look, Amy, it's been 10 days now. I can't imagine how tough this is for you. But we need to stop looking. We're wasting resources, Tom said sternly. What? 10 days? Had I been knocked out that long? Did you hear yourself, Tom? Ryan was your best friend. He's my boyfriend. How the hell could you say something like that? We're talking about a person here, Tom, and not just any person. We're not wasting resources on it. We can't give up, Amy replied, tears rolling down her red cheeks. Amy, I'm sorry. I really am. But it's been 10 days. We haven't found him. We just have to assume the worst. No. No! Amy hitting Tom's chest and sobbing. Why? Why me? It's not fair. Tom held her. Shh. Don't cry, Amy. Wiping the tears off of her face. Thanks, Tom. You've been a really big help these last few days. I don't know what I would have done without you, Amy said, looking up to Tom with her big blue eyes. It's no problem, Amy. I mean, I care about you. A lot. I care about you too, Amy said, staring into Tom's eyes. What the hell is happening? Tom and Amy were looking into each other's eyes, deeply. Both started moving their faces closer. They were just about to kiss when... Oh, what the hell? An arrow had hit me. I turned around. It was the town guard. He had his arrow pointing at me. Well, now I'm in serious trouble. Tom ran outside. Don't kill the creeper. I need him for something. What do you need him for, Mayor? The town guard asked, looking confused. I can't say that. It's confidential. Oh. Okay. The town guard said, looking even more confused. Stand back. Tom threw a smoke bomb at me. What is this? I don't... I woke up. Notch. My head. I looked around half dazed. I was in a glass chamber, underground. Where the hell was I? Hello, Ryan. It was a familiar voice. It was Tom. You like my underground base, Ryan? I think it's pretty cool, right? Tom said sarcastically. What the hell are you doing, Tom? I asked, annoyed. Oh, don't worry, Ryan. I'll explain all that in due time. First, however, I'd like you to see someone. You might recognize him. Hey, Ryan. Did that creeper just say hi? Oh, wait. It's Charlie. Charlie? I asked, confused. Don't worry, Ryan. I know you're confused. I'll explain. See, I was paid by Tom here to spy on you. He wanted to keep an eye on all the townspeople here. What? Why, Tom? I pleaded. You can ask him when I'm done talking, Ryan. Charlie walked up closer to the glass chamber and continued. I don't know why Tom wanted to do this. I really don't care either. I just want to get paid, Ryan. When I saw you got struck by lightning, I alerted Tom about this. He wanted to change you into a creeper. For whatever he was planning. So he got this special potion that changed anyone who was sprayed with it into a creeper. You're not innocent, Charlie. You're as guilty as Tom is. I spat at him. I was trying to make him feel guilty. I really couldn't care less about what you think, Ryan. Charlie replied, uninterested. Charlie then turned his attention to Tom. So what about that payment, huh, Tom? Where's the 5 diamond I was promised? Yeah, Charlie. About that. Guards, seize him! Tom shouted out, instructing the 2 guards to catch Charlie. What the hell? I thought we had a deal, you scumbag! Charlie blurted out, trying to break free. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie. I can't have you walking freely. You might ruin my plan. Oh, I hope you rot in the nether, you son of a— Easy now, Charlie. Tom interrupted. You see, gentlemen, I need someone, a creeper if you will, to lead an army of creepers. There's a town a few miles to the east. Most people don't know about it because I tell them it's dangerous that way. They're starting to take our crops, our food. Tom stopped thinking for a moment, pacing back and forth. I can't have that. I won't let my people starve to a bunch of idiots. Ryan, I changed you. Metaphored you into a creeper. So that you could direct the creepers into the other town. Destroying every last one of those idiots. What makes you think I'll do that, Tom? I said bitterly. Oh, I have a feeling you will, Ryan, Tom said with a sly smile. He instructed someone to come over here. It was Amy. Ryan, baby, I'm sorry. The thing you saw between me and Tom, he made me do that. He said if I didn't do it, he'd kill you. I had no choice. I love you, Ryan. Amy cried, tears flowing down like a river on her sweet face. It's okay, Amy, I said, holding back my tears. Ryan, you're going to lead the creepers into that town, and you're going to instruct them to destroy that town to the last block. or I swear to not. I will kill Amy right now, Tom said, holding Amy. Okay. I'll do it, Tom, I said. I knew I couldn't win this without Amy getting hurt. Excellent. Guards, take her away. Tom smiled. Wait, Brian! Brian! Amy screamed, struggling. I was in serious trouble here. I had to do what Tom said, or he'd hurt my precious Amy. I didn't want to blow up that poor town either. I don't care what Tom says. I refuse to believe they're actually stealing from us. While I was thinking of a plan, Charlie had interrupted me. Ryan, Charlie asked hopelessly. Yes, Charlie? I'm sorry. I realize now that I was wrong, Ryan. You need to stop, Tom. That town he's talking about. That's where I'm from. Tom is telling you a pack of lies. We're not stealing anything from him. He just wants to steal all the diamond that we have stored on the ground. Don't worry, Charlie. I'll stop him, I said, determined. I knew what I had to do to stop Tom. A day had passed by now. I got woken up by Charlie whispering to me. Get up, Ryan, Charlie whispered quietly. What? I said, half dazed, still in sleeping mode. I have a plan, Ryan. Just trust me, okay? Yeah, okay. I was too tired to argue with Charlie. I didn't trust him, but I would go along with anything to get out of this glass chamber. I needed to stop Tom somehow. I wouldn't do that while I was in this damn chamber. Hey, guard! Charlie shouted. There was a guard sitting on a seat a few feet away from us. He was fast asleep. What do you want? The guard was clearly annoyed by Charlie waking him up. I need to go to the toilet, Charlie said desperately. I guess. The guard wasn't sure if he should let him. I mean, when have you heard of a creeper going to the toilet? The guard went along with it, though. He probably just wanted to shut Charlie up. He opened the hatch of Charlie's glass chamber. Put your head through that so I can put a lead on you, the guard instructed. Sure, Charlie replied, doing as the guard asked. He threw the lead through Charlie's head. Damn, that guard had good aim. He should give LeBron James a call. The guard opened the door, leading Charlie to a back room. Charlie turned back to me and winked. I don't know what he was planning, but I just went along with it. I waited in my chamber patiently for a few minutes. Nothing was happening. I thought the worst had happened. But then a man came with a handcuffed guard. Where had Charlie gone? Maybe the man was here to save us. Where's Charlie? I asked the man. It's me, Ryan. I found a potion that can change you back into a human. How did you overpower the guard? I asked. You know, Charlie replied vaguely. Charlie opened the hatch and sprayed the potion on me. I could feel it. On my skin. In my body. I screamed and I looked at my hands. My hands were back. I'm not a creeper anymore. Okay. Come on. We need to stop Tom, Charlie said, opening the chamber door. Why do you want to stop Tom in the first place, Charlie? I thought you didn't care. You know the town he was talking about? That's my hometown, Ryan. And I'll be damned if a crazy nutter like him is going to come in there and blow everything I care about into pieces, Charlie said bitterly. He seemed upset. Why did you help him out in the first place? I had to make sure before I could trust him. I have a family, Ryan. A girlfriend like you. 2 boys. I'm not going to spend my days mining in the ground, barely making enough to support my family. We were climbing up the steps. It was a long way to the surface. The underground base must have gone all the way down to bedrock. Charlie continued. It's a lot easier and quicker to do jobs like that. I roam town to town looking for any work I can get. When Tom told me the payment, I didn't care what it was or why he wanted me to do it. I just needed the diamonds. I'm sorry, Ryan. If I knew what he was doing, I wouldn't have done this. It's okay, Charlie. I understand. He was just like me, trying to take care of the ones he cared about. I could trust Charlie. He was a good guy. So what's your plan? I inquired. The guard said something about there being a parade today, so I'm going to go to a rooftop with a bow and shoot Tom. I remembered there was a parade every year to celebrate our town. Tom usually rode on a horse, and the town made other floats as well. I had great memories of those parades. What if you miss? I wondered. Well, as far as I know, he'll run back to his house. That's where you'll be waiting, with an iron sword to finish off the job. Do you know where Amy is? I asked, worried. She's in Tom's house as well. I saw her when I was talking to Tom. I just assumed she committed a crime. Didn't take much notice of it. I have to get her to safety first, I said, determined. Just be there in case I miss Tom. I'm not exactly an archer, Charlie said. We got to the top of the stairs. The hole was in a forest, but I could see my town off in the distance. Charlie started knocking down some trees. Okay, I'll go get a bow. You go to Tom's house. Make sure no one sees you. They still think you're missing, remember? Charlie told me. Got it. I shook Charlie's hand. Good luck. You too, Charlie replied as he walked off.